Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me adjust my hair slightly. Apologies for being topless. It is basically 2 in the morning here, so no need to wear clothes really. But today I'm going to try and expand upon my last video, which was a review of the Dunhill roller gas slicer, and show another little goodie, if you will, that I have. Just since I keep them locked up for safety's sake. Nice old key and an antique desk, even though it is full of crap, but nevertheless. Okay, let's have a look-see. As you can see in here, we've got an Omega box, Mont Blanc, another Mont Blanc. This is from a small independent jewellers in Napier, New Zealand. So that's just a bottle of cologne. That is the box the Dunhill lighter came in. This is what we're here for though, although getting it out could be fun. Yes, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I would consider my crowning glory. It is my creme de la creme, my raison d'etre, and what most people would consider a disgraceful waste of money, which, to be honest, it is. It's, if you were to break it down into what it's actually is, they're really not worth what they say, but let's be honest, they are beautiful. And for a student buying one, well, I'm going to be paying off the credit card bill for a long time. But let's have a quick look at it, shall we? This is what we're here for. Let's see if we can get a nice clear picture. Oh dear, reflections bouncing off it a bit. But essentially, this is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust 2. It's the rose gold model. Oh, first of all, I bought this in Goldsmiths last year, so this is the 2014 version, not the. I believe they might have brought out a new one, who knows. But yeah, this is the rose gold, not the standard steel, full gold or yellow gold version, but this is the rose gold version. It's how to describe it? If you look at the band there, you can see the middle of the band is all solid rose gold all the way along, including the clasp. I really apologise, the camera on this phone is fucking awful, pardon my French. But that is all 18 karat rose gold with stainless steel along the sides to, well, obviously try make it look pretty, but also I'm assuming to try and minimise any damage you can do. It's got, actually, to be honest, it doesn't really have many features. Like, some will have lunar dates, the actual day, as in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not just the date. This one, on the other hand, only has minutes, hours, seconds, and the actual date. And to be honest, the date's a bit screwy, because if you don't set it at precisely the right time, it will start changing at the wrong time. But it is a beautiful piece of jewellery, which I save for only very special occasions. Sort of black tie events, weddings, if you're going out on the night, you know what I mean, gentlemen? But no, it is a very nice watch, I must say. I can't quite remember what the movement is, I'm afraid, but there we go. When you buy it, it comes in this nice little box here. Nice green leather thing. And then inside the crappy cardboard box you can see there, and well, obviously the green one is a lot nicer. You don't get much with it, you get a nice little cleaning hanky. Depending on your wrist size, they'll probably take off a couple of what are they called, the little bands, because obviously it's adjustable. You can't go selling what was it, £7,400 watches and not be adjustable. That would not be good for business. But for instance, I have quite a small wrist, so here are the links taken out of mine, which can be put in or taken out at whimsy. Doesn't really come with anything else. well, basically the answer is no. There's really not much in here. The only other thing is the... Sorry, I'll just put you down a second. This bastard is hidden right at the back of the box. I'll show you where, actually. It was just in that bit there. And since it's quite hard material, it's quite hard to get out. It's green leather. But as with all Rolexes, if you're going to buy one, you're going to damn well make sure you have one of these. A receipt, if you can get one. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show you a receipt or any of the details on this for security reasons. Sorry. But this is basically what they look like. It is the... how to describe what they actually do? Well, they show exactly what the Rolex is. Its make, its model, its individual number for manufacturer number, and if it was ever lost or stolen, those are the details you'll give to the police, or if you're going to insure it, give to the insurance company. Or you can just throw it in the bin and not give a toss about it ever again, but if you're going to do that, you've probably got enough money to blow anyway, so... Or you're an idiot. Take your pick. Never really thought of people in the smartest anyway. You get this lovely little wax seal as well. Forgot to add that. What else is this? Oh, and an awesome little tag. Yippee. But aside from that, you really don't get very much. So let's go through if I can actually find anything interesting on this watch for you. As I said, it's rose gold and steel, so it's a bimetal watch. When I bought it, it was 7,400 and... Sorry, 74. I said 7,400 earlier. It's 7,450. I just saw the receipt when I got the card out for you. I got it for £7,000. If you go into any watch dealer and you're going to buy a watch with anything like this, it could be cheaper, like an Omega or, well, the Tudors, for instance, the lower, not so lower end, but the cheaper version of Rolex, for instance. You can, if you get on well with the sales rep, they'll easily bump down the price, because, well, the price of these is probably about half of what their shops are selling them for, let alone what the company itself is making up. But yeah, I got this for £7,000, which, to be honest, I could buy a car with, so bad impulse buy on my part. Too late now, but you never know. As you can see, if the light would stop reflecting off it, all the what the hell are they called? The Roman numerals. You can see the... And where is it? Just there. That's what where it says what model and make it is. At the bottom it just says Swiss made, basically, and some other crap which nobody really cares about. All the Roman numerals are also 18 karat rose gold. Well, sorry, no, the Roman numerals are 18 karat rose gold with them. So you do have to be careful with this, as well, of course, the better the gold content, the nicer it is, the more valuable it is, but also the softer the metal is. So if you have an 18 karat gold ring, it's going to scratch a lot easier than a 9 karat, or if you have mesh gold with a less strong one, it's going to scratch a lot easier. So you have to be careful with these, because repairing a Rolex is not cheap. So, although if you send them off for a service, that being said, they'll set you back about 600 quid very easily, but when you get it back, it's essentially a brand new model. Anything broken will be replaced, anything scratched, they'll replace it, or they'll do whatever they do to fix it. The marks will go. You basically get a new watch out of it, just not literally a new watch. So what do you do? When you open the watch, I don't know if I can get the camera in the right place. You see that little crown there, the Rolex crown? You put your thumb underneath it, click it open, and it pops out like so. Let's see if I can get that in the frame. Unfortunately not. But that is basically a load of, what do you call them, hallmarks, registration details, and, well, saying it's made by Rolex. Other than that, usually you see some things on the underside of a Rolex, as in the base of a bezel there. Like you'll see sometimes a huge line or something like that, but nothing on this one. I think they stopped doing that quite a while ago. But there's really not much to say about this watch, other than it is a really nice piece. It's served me very well in the past just over a year now that I've had it, and well, these kind of watches, well, I could, assuming I die, assuming I have kids or get married or whatever, I could quite happily pass this on to a kid or even a grandkid. If you keep good care of them, you service them every 5 years as recommended. Well, 10 years if you're feeling lazy. They are expensive to service and there's not much need really. They do run themselves pretty well, there's not much to go wrong. Okay, that was a lie, there's a lot to go wrong, it's very intricate inside, but yeah, they can last a very long time. Like, for instance, go on eBay, you'll see some of these watches have come from I think the earliest I ever saw just on eBay was from the 1930s. I mean, granted, look nothing like anything today. Leather, very simple, just a gold thing, a basic watch, but still very old and still ticking, as it were. These still work. My granddad has a, well, his is an Omega, but same principle applies. Same on this level, where the same, they'll last like that. And that's from the mid 1900s. And when I say 1900s, I mean between 1900 and 1910. So very early 20th century, and it's working perfectly. I believe he also has a Rolex from the 50s, which is, he doesn't really use it much, but when he does bother to have it wound, it works fine apparently. And I might even get it so one day if I'm good apparently, so yippee. That's all I can really say at the moment regarding that watch. But oh no, the other thing is, well, if you want to be a watch snob like this, you get watches for different occasions. You get the standard crappy little thing like, say, an Ice or whatever, the ones that cost anything from 99p at Poundland up to maybe 100 quid, who knows if you're feeling fancy, which are, it's an everyday watch. You wear it around, doesn't look fancy, it tells the time, it does what it does. You then get to watches sort of in between. It gets a bit complicated there, but look, I'm going to give one example. A sports watch, for instance. Omega specialise in those, in my opinion. Like Rolex does them too. They do the what is it? I think it's a deep sea diver model. I forget. Personally, I wouldn't go diving with a damn thing anyway. If the clasp broke somehow, you don't want to drop one of those down a abyss in the ocean, do you now? But this one, for instance, this I would definitely say is for a night out. You'd wear it with a suit, as is most of them. Watches with leather straps, alligator, crocodile, or those kind of things. And this, indeed, steel and gold. Those are the kind of things you want to wear for, show pomp and circumstance, to look good. Go really well with a suit. They're not an everyday watch. You're not going to just whack it on and go down to your local Tesco's or somewhere like that, or Audi or whatever, wherever you're coming from, whatever country. That's something you're going to wear on a night out for special occasions. If you want one for just every day, then you're looking at the wrong brand, or I'd say, unless you've got a lot of money and all you can really bold to buy is a Rolex. Or, well, there's a lot better. So, there's a lot better brands out there. Rolex is the most well-known, along with Omega, of course, but IWC is one that springs straight to the top of my mind, but there are some, there's Hublot as well. They make very nice, very expensive watches, but again, if you can afford those, you're probably still not going to wear it out every day. You save them for nice occasions when you want to look flash, for the ladies, for entertaining friends and guests on your private yacht or at your castle in the Highlands, who knows. But with regards to this nice little doodad here, oh great, it stopped. I need to give it a bit of a shake as it's an automatic, this model. Yeah, that's about it for really now. But hope you enjoy this video. Goodbye.